Good evening, everyone. I'll call to order the regular meeting of the City Council of the City of East Ridge, May 23rd, 2024, 6 p.m. I'd like to invite Pamela Beard with Action Church. If you'll come forward, lead us in our invocation, and then, give us our invocation and lead us in our pledge, if everyone will stand.
Thank you. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to be able to come into this place tonight, this evening. God, I ask that you just touch each one of us to be able to have wisdom and discernment tonight as we discuss the topics that come up. God, I ask that you just allow this meeting to flow and to go the way that you would have it to go, Lord. I pray that you just continue to just be with each one of us through the remainder of the evening. Let the words of their mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable unto your sight. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Mayor Williams,
Here.
Vice Mayor Haynes, Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Tyler,
Here.
Councilmember Witt,
Here.
City Manager Miller,
Here.
City Attorney Litchford.
Michael Holloway in place of Attorney Litchford.
All right, the next item we have on the agenda is the consent agenda. It is the approval of the minutes from May 9th, 2024 council meeting and the approval of March 2024 financial report. I assume everyone's had an opportunity to review those, and I'll entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Tyler and a second by Councilmember Whitt. Do we have any discussion, corrections? I see none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle,
Here.
Councilmember Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. All right, the next item is communications from citizens. This is an opportunity for any citizen to come forward, address the council with any questions, concerns, accolades. We have Mr. Oliver. If you will give us your name, full name, and address for the record, please.
I'm Aaron Oliver. I live at 3934 South Mission Oaks Drive here in East Ridge. And my concern is I'm having some drainage problems where the water at my lower driveway is sitting and the road is crowning, and I'm pushing debris and everything towards the drain, water and everything. He was out looking at a house, and I had him to look at it, and I would have did this at the last meeting, but I got here late. So can I get somebody to come out and look at the road? It's crowning. That is the right word, crowning. The road is crowning, and it's sitting at my lower driveway, and I'm pushing all the water and stuff towards the drain.
They have the address.
3934 South Mission Oaks Drive, and it's Forest and Mission Oaks, my lower driveway.
Okay. I'll have Public Works out there take a look at it.
All right, I'll be at home.
Okay.
So, all right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that's everyone we've got that's actually signed in, but if there's anybody else in the audience that would like to address the council, now is your opportunity. You may come forward. I don't see anyone, so I will move now to communications of council members. I'll start on this side. Councilmember Cagle.
I've just got a little praise here. People like and Danny Lance up here with the local coffee, I want to thank him. I want to thank Action Church. I also want to thank the city for allowing the schools to hold their graduations in them this week, because it's something that needs to be done, because that's our younger generation coming back here. So, thank y'all.
Thank you, sir. Councilmember Witt.
Yes, I'd like to give my condolences to the Haynes family for the death of his mother. And I'd like to say happy birthday to David. And I'd like to thank the police. I rode with them Friday, and Officer Sharp was extremely professional and took good care of me.
Thank you. Councilman Tyler?
Would like to wish Councilman Witt happy anniversary, her and David. And the East Ridge Optimist Club will be holding their annual fishing rodeo on Saturday, June 8th. Registration begins at 8:30. Fishing begins at 9 o'clock and runs through noon. We'll have trophies, door prizes for all the kids, and free food for all the participants. Should be a very good turnout this year. The weather's supposed to be really nice. We're looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right, so I have a few things. So the East Ridge City Library Festival is occurring Wednesday the 29th from 3 to 4. Come join them for their first ever kickoff for summer reading. There are lots of fun, including foam, bubble machine, and more. And then also the library is hosting a novel idea book club Saturday, June 8th from 11 to 12. The book of the month is How to Sell a Haunted House. Then shift over to Parks and Recs. As again, I state every council meeting, there's so many sporting events, festivals, expos, and car shows, and et cetera, fishing rodeos and things that are going on that is just amazing. So if you get a chance, go check out the calendar and visit the park. Also, the East Ridge Parks and Rec Department is celebrating National Senior Fitness Day by hosting a walkathon at Pioneer Park on Wednesday the 29th. All walkers are invited to participate by completing any distance from a half a mile to 4 miles. The walk will be from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. with the senior fitness class conducting the annual walkathon at 8:30. There will be individual start times with one finish line. There will be some light refreshments will be provided at the finish line. Then again, I always say, I mention this every council meeting, our fall festival, September the 28th, 10 to 5. It's going to be jam-packed full of fun and activities and so much more. Then also, we'd like to offer condolences to the Haynes family for Marty's mother that passed away, Esther's mother-in-law. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers at this time. Also, happy birthday to Councilman Tyler and happy anniversary to Councilmember Witt and David. That is all that I have, so I'll hand it off to City Manager Miller.
Thank you. Couple items. Probably this will be the last time you're going to hear from me on Ringgold Road, multimodal project.
Can I hold you to that?
I know you will. We had our last progress meeting this morning. Tally continues to work the punch list of outstanding items. 2 items that need to be looked at over the next several weeks. Thermostriping needs to be applied at the major intersections with Ringgold Road, McBrien, Moore, Marlboro, and Belvoir. And then we have handrails that need to be installed at several locations on the south side of Ringgold Road, where the curb drop-off and the inlet structure is at the back side of the curb. For example, Smart Bank, Valvoline Oil, Mexican store at the corner of Thomas up here. So that work will be done in the next week to 2 weeks. And hopefully we can get the state out to do a walkathon inspection and get passed on that and close this project out. That's the first one. Second one, I just want to let everyone know that we are closing McBrien Road starting on Monday, June 3rd for at least no more than a week. Tennessee American Water, the water main, 8-inch water main, exists on the west side of McBrien Road. We've got to take a 4-inch tap off of that to put a fire hydrant on the southeast corner of Stone in McBrien, and then a 2-inch tap off of that to take domestic water to the animal shelter. So our new animal shelter. So that's the work that needs to be transpired. Keep our project moving and bring water to the site. Third item, just want to let you know that East Ridge Animal Services Department shelter is temporarily closed. We temporarily closed it yesterday to the public and to stop all adoptions due to an outbreak of parvo at the facility. The temporary closure will last 2 weeks. This will allow staff time to initiate quarantine protocols to stop the spread of the disease and to treat the animals in the care of East Ridge Animal Services. There is no risk to the general public at this time. and we are looking at resuming normal operations on June 5th. And lastly, just to let you know that City Hall will be closed on Monday, May 27th due to Memorial Day. There is a Memorial Day service that's going to be held out in front of the community center starting at 1 o'clock on Monday, May 27th. So please feel free to attend. It's a nice program, probably about an hour, but it's very well worthwhile to give respect to those that have served us. That's all I have.
Question on the quarantine. I don't remember did we shut down the dog park as well?
No,
So it hasn't been, so, okay.
we have found no justification to close that down
Okay.
at this time. If we do find anything, we've talked, Chief and I have talked, then we will close it down, but
At this point, no. Okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you, sir. All right. Yes, sir.
Where did he say the Memorial Day thing was gonna be held?
Out by the Thomas Road.
It's
right
gonna be held out here where it normally is?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you said up here in front of the
Community
center.
Community Center, but it's actually where the
Yeah, okay.
monument
And
is.
the flag?
In front of the playground.
Yes.
Yes, sir. You got it.
Okay.
All right. We have no old business, so we'll move into item 9, new business, and item A, resolution number 3550.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council authorizing the mayor or his designee to enter into a professional services agreement with Kimley Horn and Associates to provide grant administration and design services for a local parks and recreation fund, also known as LPRF, project at the East Ridge Community Center.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I'm going to handle this tonight. Cameron had a death in the family, and the viewing is tonight between 4 and 6. It's one of his uncles. City staff went out for a request for qualifications back in March for providing design services and grant administration for the LPRF project at East Ridge Community Center. We obtained a $1.2 million grant. $600,000 from the state, $600,000 that the city is matching 50-50. We received 4 proposals from Allen and Hoshaw, 45, Architecture and Interiors, Kimley Horn, and Artec. We interviewed them on April 17th, and we made following the interviews and presentations, we unanimously agreed to go with Kimley Horn, predominantly because they're the only one that has experience and expertise in working grant administration with LPRF. None of the other 3 firms said they could do it, but they have never done it before, so we weren't going to take a chance on this. You have before you a proposal from Kimley Horn. They are partnering up with HK, Hefferland and Cronenberg Architects. And the 2 of them will be providing design services and grant administration. Specifically, that the work would include project management, design, construction drawings, construction plan services, bid phase services, limited construction administration, and grant administration. Total cost is $160,000. The grant totals $1.2 million. We have a ceiling to use for professional fees at $160,000. And the project capital cost would then come in at $1,040,000. So I'm asking you at this time for your consideration to approve this proposal with Kimley Horn, and then HK will be with them. The grant is specifically on 4 areas on the community center: enlarging the gym to make it regulation. Number 2, enhance the senior room. Number 3, rehabilitate and remodel the kitchen area facility. And then the 2 restrooms that are off the senior room need to be made ADA compatible to meet those requirements. That's an awful lot to squeeze into $1,040,000, but we will make it work. And that's it.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3550.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 3550.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Tyler. Do we have any discussion?
I have a question. I've been asked by several of the women that's in the exercise group if the exercise class is going to be canceled or if it's going to be somewhere else, and I told them I did not know.
It's not going to be canceled. We will make arrangements with other facilities right now. If it were to happen next week, we would be using Action Church. Asking them to use. We've talked with them, but we will have this even if we have to make room out at
That will make them very happy.
Camp Jordan. But we don't want to cancel the services. No.
Thank you.
Question? Anyone else?
I do.
Yes, sir.
All right, now you mentioned the 2 bathrooms in the senior room going to be ADA.
Yes.
Okay, how about the 2 bathrooms out there in the lobby where the concession stand are?
That comes
Because
on our
they're-
dime. That's on our dime. This grant does not cover that. This grant, when we put in for this grant, we put in the grant for the gymnasium, the senior room, the kitchen, and the 2 bathrooms. That's all it's allowed to be used for. We've got, like I said, we're gonna have to squeeze this thing in at $1,040,000, just looking at the construction costs right now on what it's going at. The enlargement of that gym's gonna have to take that gym out somewhere between 30 to 35 feet to the west. We do have, just to let you know, we do have some other ADA issues that we have to take care of at the community center. We're going to get a tally of that, and those will be done. We'll be bringing that to you under separate cover. We do have money in budget for FY '24-25 under capital improvement, $400,000 for upgrades to city buildings. And we can utilize money from the capital improvement fund to handle that.
But not in this particular.
It's not in this one.
Yep.
No.
Anything else, sir? All right. Got a motion, got a second. No other questions? Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3550 approved. We'll move to item B, resolution number 3551.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council approving a bid for the replacement of the exterior siding and the painting of the sanitation and streets 2-story building located at 1015 Yale Street.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, on this one, we went out for bids to install new siding on the building and paint the concrete areas. We received 3 bids. 2 ones were $18,900 and $19,750. The third one was out of the ballpark, so we didn't really consider that one. We did a review on Williams Development LLC. They have a good reputation, they're competent, everything looks good, so we are recommending that the bid be awarded to Williams Development LLC in the amount of $18,900 for new siding on the building, which will be hardy board siding and painting the concrete areas below.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3551.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 3551.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Tyler and a second by Councilmember Witt. Do we have any discussion? I see none. For full disclosure, Williams Development LLC is not affiliated with me in any way.
I have a question. Will this be done by River Rescue?
Before, when's River,
The first Saturday in October?
oh, yes, we'll get.
So if anybody wants to see what it looks like, please come out to the River Rescue and support us.
Good plug. Yes, sir.
I like that.
Like to ditto yours because I just happened to notice the other development company there. That is no part of me either.
That's why I didn't mention it.
Yeah, that is no part of me either.
All right, after we got all that clarified, roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. We'll move to item C, resolution number 3552.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to waive the fee for use of the East Ridge Community Center for bi-monthly Optimist Club meetings.
Thank you, sir.
Pretty self-explanatory. Optimist Club meetings have been held at the East Ridge Community Center for many years, the second and fourth Tuesday of each month from 6 to 8:30. They set up, break down, and clean the room after each meeting, so we have no problems with it. Staff would recommend approval.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3552.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 3552.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Cagle. Do we have any discussion? See none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler.
As president of the East Ridge Optimist Club, I'll have to abstain.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution 3552 approved. We'll move to item D, resolution number 3553.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to waive the fee for use of Camp Jordan Arena by the East Ridge Optimist Club for a Cars for Kids auto and motorcycle show fundraiser.
Thank you, sir.
Again, self-explanatory. Optimist Club looking to use Camp Jordan on Saturday, July 13th for the 10th annual Cars for Kids Auto and Motorcycle Show and Swap Meet. And the proceeds will help fund the youth activities such as the fishing rodeo and the Optimist scholarships at East Ridge High School, essay oratorical that we held about a month ago or 2 months ago. But the money goes for a lot of worthwhile programs and activities to benefit the city of East Ridge youth.
Thank you, sir. All right, council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3553.
I make a motion to approve Resolution number 3553.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Cagle. Do you have any discussion?
I would like to say that one of the young ladies won the essay thing.
Which one?
Karis. I can't remember what her last name was. But Karis. She had her hair up in a ponytail.
Got it.
She won. Now, she has to go to international, right? But she won the,
The regional.
yes.
Which was a good,
Cash
it was a
prize
good
there.
cash prize for that. It's awesome. All right, if no other discussion, roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler.
Abstain.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes, resolution number 3553 approved. We'll move to item E, resolution number 3554.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to allow the East Ridge Optimist Club to use the City Hall front parking lot for their annual Boo-BQ fundraiser.
Thank you, sir.
Again, this is self-explanatory, City Hall front parking lot for the annual barbecue on November 2nd, 2024. Profits from this fundraiser help the youth and community events, such as what we did for Camp Jordan area. So it's very worthwhile, and staff recommends approval.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3554.
I make a motion to approve Resolution number 3554.
Second.
We have a motion to approve by Councilmember Witt and a second by Councilmember Cagle. Do we have any discussion? See none, roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle.
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler.
Abstain.
Councilmember Witt.
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3554 approved. We'll move to item F, resolution number 3555.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council authorizing the city manager to approve the attached change order request number 002 from J.C. Curtis Construction Company, LLC, in regard to the construction of the new East Ridge Animal Shelter.
Thank you, sir. Miller?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Pursuant to the contract the city has with J.C. Curtis Construction, J.C. Curtis has 180 calendar days to achieve substantial completion of this building project. Due to the inclement weather and adverse weather we had during the month of March, there were days when J.C. Curtis could not work at the building site. There was a total of 10 days out of 31. look at the 10 days and we subtract from that the total that's the standard baseline for the month of March in this area, which is 8 day, that leaves a balance of 8 from 10, 2 days. So the number of 2 days is the amount of weather delays J.C. Curtis is entitled pursuant to the terms of the contract. There are no costs associated with this change order. It's only adding 2 additional days. We did this several months ago for the month of February. So it's in order. We would ask for your consideration for approval.
Thank you, sir. Council, I'll entertain a motion for resolution number 3555.
I make a motion to approve Resolution 3555.
Second.
Have a motion to approve by Councilmember Tyler and a second by Councilmember Whitt. Do we have any discussion? The one I have is, that pushes the date to approximately, do you have that on the top of your head?
Early September. The weather's going very well. They have it under roof, and I was there, I'll be there next Tuesday. I was there a week ago, this past Tuesday. They were working on the HVAC, the electrical, and the plumbing. At this time, the plumbing's pretty well completed. The electrical, they're still working a little bit on that, HVACs, but they're going to start getting involved with epoxying, starting from the south end and working to the north, doing by thirds, a third, a third, a third. And the epoxy is going to be for each one of the animal, dog kennels. There's 30 of them. On the inside, we're going to have the epoxy, so it's easier to clean, pressure wash, get it all cleaned up. So they're moving very well.
So
Meet next
we
Tuesday
may
on
pick up some days, maybe, but, all right, thank you, sir. If no other questions, roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Resolution number 3555 approved. We'll move to item G, resolution number 3556.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to approve the nomination of blank by Councilmember Whitt to the East Ridge Industrial Development Board.
President Whitt, do you have a nomination?
Yes, I do. First, I would like to thank Estes Cott for the years of service he's given us, and my nomination is going to be Jessica Crow. And I appreciate her willing to do this.
Thank you. All right, council, we have a nomination from Councilmember Whitt. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve Councilmember Witt's appointment of Jessica Crow to the Industrial Development Board.
Thank you.
Second it.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Councilmember Tyler and a second by Councilmember Cagle. Do you have any discussion? See none. Roll call, Ms. Middleton.
Councilmember Cagle,
Yes.
Councilmember Tyler,
Yes.
Councilmember Witt,
Yes.
Mayor Williams.
Yes. Congratulations, and thank you for your service, Ms. Crow.
Thank you, Jessica.
All right, we'll move to item H, resolution number 3557.
A resolution of the East Ridge City Council to approve the nomination of blank by Councilmember Cagle to the East Ridge Industrial Development Board.
Thanks, sir. Councilman Cagle?
I would like to appoint Richard Cook.
All right, council, we have a nomination of Richard Cook, so I'll entertain a motion. Do we have a motion for resolution number 3557? I don't have a motion, Councilman Cagle. So, do you have another appointment?
Not at this time, I don't.
Not at this time? All right, sir. We will push that then to the next agenda.
I say thank you. Thank y'all.
All right, that's the last thing we have on the regular agenda, so we will move to the discussion of a tentative agenda for June 13th. First item is Milestone Awards. This is where we recognize our employee that have milestone awards for service to our city. Then, and we have no, well, we will have one old business. We will have the nomination for the IDB. So then, under new business, we have public hearing for a unnumbered ordinance, amendments to ordinance 481 relating to the East Ridge sign ordinance number 1028. This will be first reading. Mr. Howell?
Been pretty quiet up here. I think I'm the first one up tonight, right? So these are proposed amendments to the sign ordinance. These amendments aim to introduce additional regulations to accent storefront lighting, storefront sign display, and multi-tenant monument signs for commercial, office, and manufacturing districts. The East Ridge Plan Commission reviewed and approved the proposed amendments and made additional changes. I have had some communication with some council members as well to introduce some new language into that. If you don't mind, I would like to present that as well.
Yes, sir.
So when we originally presented this to the Planning Commission, we had the individual window panes for signs, individual signs in these windows. We have now amended that to say total front window area and to add merchandise. And so these would be the following added. The total maximum window space occupied by signs or merchandise shall not exceed 50% of the front window area. And secondly, blinds and windows shall not be completely engaged in a down position of more than 50% when the business is open. And that's going to add additional security for police and fire when they're out looking at these buildings. So, I mean, when you have a building closed up like this, you can't see inside of it. It is a safety hazard. I'd also like to say that, you know, we look really hard at looking at the lighting in some of these buildings that you've seen recently come about. And these LED strip lightings, you know, we kind of mimicked what Gatlinburg had done with their ordinance as well. You know, East Ridge is unique in a fashion that, you know, we don't have a downtown area. We have a major thoroughfare here. And you do have that light pollution that bleeds off into residential districts as well. We have very bright LEDs in the city. So we're looking at trying to regulate that and completely just kind of eliminate it. So.
Thank you, sir. Council, any questions?
So I've talked to a few of the business owners here in East Ridge, and I just want to make sure that this does cover beer neons, like a Bud Light sign.
It does. Now, I haven't had any more communication with any council member regarding that. So, I mean, if we need to address that, most welcome we will.
Sure. You know, a lot of them are concerned that this is going to impact them in a way that's going to be burdensome to have to replace some of the signs. And, you know, they've had these neons up for years. So they have a lot of questions regarding this. I'll be in contact with them to see if I can get more information to address their concerns. But I'd like to see, you know, I have an understanding, you know, with the strip lighting. The LED is very bright. Particularly, I've driven at night. It can be very distracting. But you know, historically, the beer neons and stuff have been here. I just think this could be a little overreaching and burdensome for some of these business owners. And I'd like to hear a little bit more of their concerns before we have a vote on it.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? All right, thank you, sir. The next item is unnumbered ordinance amendments to 481 relating to East Ridge sign ordinance. Oh, that's already read that one. That's the ordinance. That was a public hearing, then the ordinance. So we'll move to C. Unnumbered ordinance approved to set property tax rate for 2024 to $1.25. Will be the first reading.
Yep, that would be first reading, and then the next item would be consideration for approval of the proposed fiscal year 2024-2025 budget from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. That would be first reading, and then both the tax rate and the budget ordinance need 2 readings. The second one would be scheduled for June 27th, 2024.
Thanks, sir. Yeah, you went ahead and covered the approval of the fiscal year budget also is the next item. And then last would be an unnumbered ordinance for a budget amendment. I guess this would be the cleanup of the,
Yes, sir, this will be the cleanup for the year, so we'll make sure if there's been any unexpected revenues that have come in or expenditures. As I noted in the memo, remember we paid half down on a sanitation truck and they thought it was gonna take a year or 2 years? Well, it's at the Stringfellow getting wigwags put on it. So it will be here before the end of June, so we'll have to amend the budget to pay for it, so.
awesome. All right, I didn't stop in between each one of these. Council, any questions, discussion on any of these ordinances with the property tax rate, the fiscal budget, or this budget amendment?
The tax rate is not an increase, is it?
Not an increase.
And we appreciate that.
No, it's we're staying put at 1.25, and just to kind of brag on East Ridge a little bit, they had a notice in the Times Free Press this past week about the millage rates for all the other cities, and if Saudi Daisy increases their tax rate as they're proposing, City of East Ridge will have the lowest tax rate except for Walden and Lakeside. We will be the lowest tax rate in the county
For a full
Kudos
service
to
city.
us.
Yes.
for full service city, yes. So kudos to all of us.
With a strong fund balance,
Yes.
and we're not just getting by, like it's been said.
Strong fund balance.
Yes. All right, any other business, council, we need to consider for our next agenda? Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank Mr. Holloway for filling in for Mr. Litchford in his absence.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. All right, everyone, I hope you have a very safe and long weekend, Memorial Holiday, and this meeting is adjourned.